Hello, so today I'll show you this improved version of item to binary decoder. Now before I begin this video, if you haven't subscribed already, make sure you do, because on this channel we cover a lot of different stuff from Dragon Farm, Wither Farm, Minecraft lore, redstone, crazy redstone contraptions and computer redstone tutorials. So now let's begin with this video. I'll mention a link in description to my other video where I explain what exactly these things are. So you need to understand what this thing is and this thing is. So make sure you check that video out. Once you have watched that, once you understand the basic concepts, then you can come back to this video where I show you a more compact and better version of this the same system. So now I'll quickly show you the main differences and the advantages and disadvantages between my previous design and new design. So over here the item gets shot through this dropper and it goes through this water line, and it gets through one of these filters, travels all the way from the filter to the barrel, gets detected by the observers, and then from these hopper line the item comes back. Now it is a pretty lengthy process, but in this system it's much smaller, much cheaper, much faster and much compact in general. So now let's try this out. So over here you see this hopper minecart. We just need to replace the first item with whatever item we want the code for, and basically click this button and you will instantly get the code for that item. Now it's 4 plus 2. Now let's check what 4 plus 2 is for. So in this book we have the numbers for all the items. So 4 plus 2, as you can see, is 6, which means orange color, and that's exactly the one we used in our filter. And you also get the item back in the hopper itself, so you don't need to check another chest. So now let's put another color, and as you can see we pretty much instantly get the new code, which is 15 for pink wool. So now how this thing functions is basically every time you put a new item in here, it checks the chest above. The hopper minecart, when it travels, it checks the chest above for the same item and it pulls out that same item, and each time it pulls out that same item it creates an update which then gets transferred to this binary display, and then it also transfers the item back from the hopper minecart. The items it pulled, it also transfers the item back into the system. So over here we mainly have 4 chests, and you can always turn those chests into double chests, but for now we have only 4 chests. And what happens is each chest has a set of different colored wools, and basically every time an item is given or taken from a chest, the observers detect that withdrawal of item, and they basically give a pulse, and then this pulse is carried onto the powered rails over here. So as you can see, this first observer will power the first rail line. The second chest, the observer next to the second chest will power second, and same for the third one and fourth one. And this way we can display which chest has interacted with the hopper minecart on the display. And if I just open the hopper minecart, you can see 4 unstackables and 1 stackable item. Now whichever stackable item is in the hopper minecart will pull the same stackable item from the chest, and whenever it does that, a lamp corresponding to that chest will turn on, and this is how we get the binary data. Now this dust over here, it will both reset the screen and launch this hopper minecart, and once it does that, yes, the same items, the item that is in the hopper minecart, the same item will be pulled from this chest, creating updates and giving us the binary number for that particular item. And then the hopper minecart will just travel from here up into this thing, and then it will come back and redeposit all the items in their respective chest. Now while it redeposits the items, you can see this we have a string over here. Now what this thing does is when the hopper minecart falls through this place, it's detected by the observer, and which causes all these redstone blocks to be pushed down. Now while these redstone blocks are pushed down, all the hoppers are locked, and whenever an item is pulled out from one of these chests, that respective hopper gets unlocked. So for example, if the first chest item gets pulled out from the first chest, the first hopper will get unlocked, and this will allow the item to be redeposited in the same chest from which it was taken out. And this is basically everything about how this thing works. It's pretty simple, pretty basic and compact, and it's also pretty cheap. And of course you can build this in survival if you want to, because it's not really as complicated as the previous one, and it uses a lot less resources since it's not using any type of item filters. So as you can see, when it fell down, it caused a reset in the upper part. So let's replace the wool and try this once again. So right now I guess I have cyan wool in there, and I'll try to show you what's going on. So when I click this, you can see there was a pattern change in the redstone blocks over there, which basically allowed the hopper minecarts to redeposit item in a bunch of hoppers. And then we get the code over here, and basically the code is 8 plus 2, which is 10. So if I just write the same code over here, 8 plus 2, and flick this lever, I should start receiving cyan wool in here. And let's see, there you go, we're getting cyan wool in here now. So this is basically how this thing works. Now if you're interested in checking it out yourself or messing around with it, I will have a world download in my Discord server, so make sure you join the Discord server, link in description, and there you will find a world download for this. And also make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, because we keep coming up with some really awesome videos. And I guess that's it for today, so see you next time.